Good afternoon. Just wait for a few of you to come in. Let's just check we're in the right places. It's very damp and windy and horrible here on this Tuesday afternoon, but that's not going to stop us crafting. So I hope some of you will come in and join me. Yeah, I'm just seeing what I'm getting on. So yes, so we're talking A3 card. I did put a post up to grab your A3 card, your scoreboards, your bone folder, because we're going to be burnishing, your glue, your red line tape, and then you can craft along with me and we can do some lovely gift boxes and some gift bags ready for the big occasion that is going to be coming up. Because it's not too long now. I got a bit of a fright last night when I realised. So I've been at the post office this morning and got all my Christmas cards in the post that needed to go in the post. So that was really good. So I'm just waiting for a few more of you to come in. Just having a quick cup of soup to keep me going. Wonder if you've got a nice hot beverage there. And then I will go through the offers of the week with you, or offers of the month, I think these are. Kimberly will correct me, I am sure. Oh, let's take that volume down there. Oh, that's it. I'm just confirming. Are they offers of the week or offers of the month, Kimberly? I think they're offers of the month. Yes, I'm almost certain. I was all prepped yesterday. Oh, I've got it all written down. I'm all prepped, all ready to go. So, yes, we are there. So I'll give it a couple of more minutes and then I'm going to run through the offers. And you're probably wondering that I look a bit of a strange colour. It's because I've got this lovely shininess reflecting on me. So, yes, we're not just talking any old A3 card. We're going to be going for the bling, because it's Christmas, and if you're gonna make gift boxes and gift bags, you want to make them out of some lovely shiny stuff, and these are going to be so much better than what you can get on the high street, I can tell you, and for a fraction of the price as well. Kimberly is correct, it's offers of the month. So offers of the month, let me run through them with you. Now we've got a few of you here. So we've got the butterfly die. I should have got mine out actually. We've got the butterfly die. This was £5, but it's now down to £2.25. But this is if you signed up for the Pink Frog newsletter and using your extra 10% discount as well. So I'm sure all of you out there have already signed up to the Pink Frog newsletter. And if not, where have you been? Because you'll know each month you're going to get a discount code that will allow you 10% off anything on the Pink Frog website. So on top of the offers that they give you, the offers of the month, on a Wednesday, they do a 24-hour deal on a Wednesday. So you got that as well. They do weekend special offers that start on a Friday. So that extra 10% comes off all those. So do sign up and check it out. Another good thing as well to sign up for is obviously the Pink Frog YouTube channel, where now you will find all the card folds that go with all the card blanks that Pink Frog bring you. We're just doing the last few. Today we're going to be filming the A3 cards. So we're going to be looking at 4 bags and a pizza box out of your A3. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do those. So we got the butterfly die down from £5 to £2.25. We have also got, and I got mine out, the Slimline anti-clogging glue bottles. So if you're not using these already and you've always fancied having a go, with the special price it's on and your discount, you can get the 2 of these for $11.69. Now the blue one has a nib of 0.5 of a mil, which you're probably you might just see, really fine. So this is brilliant for fine work, things like your little die cut words and things like that you want to pop onto cards. And then you have, and I'm just trying to pop it in here, and with all the lights I'm struggling. No, we're in. You've got your pins because you've got your anti-clogging bottle. This one is 0.8, so it's slightly bigger. So this is the one I tend to use all the time. This is your everyday, and of course you have that needle, if you like, or that pin in your lid that gives you the anti-clogging. So you can get the 2 of those at the moment for $11.69. So if you haven't already tried them, please give them a try. If you have already got these, leave in the comments. Let other people know what you think about them. They're lovely and squeezy, so brilliant if you're someone that has dexterity problems. And also I like the slim line because you can hold it like a pencil and you can rest your hand on your table and use it like you would a pen or a pencil. So it gives you more control. So they're your anti-clogging glue bottles. They're on offer. We've also got the huge box, you know, like the, I haven't got one with me, the A4 boxes. In there, you're going to get A4 Super Smooth 300 GSM, and you're going to get approximately 185 in there. Now, this should be $46.25, but it's down with the special discount and your extra discount to £18 a box. So it's a brilliant time to stock up. You know, us girls, we love that lovely Super Smooth for doing techniques, but the 300 GSM Super Smooth is also brilliant for card blanks as well. So if you just like to make your smaller card blanks, you can use that as well. So that is the Super Smooth. We've got the Dovecraft Glitter. So this is Dovecraft Glitter. This is about A4. And it was $9.99, and with the special discounts, it's now down to £5.40 a pad. It comes in a pad. You get 4 different colours, and that is down to £5.40. So if you check out the craft alongs with Dawn and Claire, you will see Kimberly has put all the items in there. But also, if you've had your email, you can read your email and you'll have all the links there as well. Okay, so I think without further ado, we will start making a start. I'm going to put my cup of soup to one side. Let me just have that last mouthful. Let me put it somewhere. I'm not going to knock it flying. Which in my craft room isn't very easy because I've got stuff everywhere, as you can imagine. So are we all ready? Who's going to be joining me to do some scoring with the A3 card to make some lovely gift bags and boxes ready for Christmas? So I'm going to pop the camera around the other way so I can share this with you. Let's bring that up because you don't want to see my ceiling. You could see my messy craft desk, of course. Right, I've changed the camera settings. I'm hoping I don't have to be down too low for you to be able to see what's going on. So I've got an array of ribbons, got those all out. Let's have a little look how we're doing. I might just bring it there. I've got my big scoreboard out ready. Might have to come down a little bit further. I was hoping not to, because when you're doing the bags, I need a lot of space. So I think I'm still down quite low. Why did it do? I did a lovely pre-run on a page I've got, and it was perfect. When you go live on Facebook, it all goes wrong. But we'll be fine. So I've just picked myself up an array of ribbons out of my crafty stash, because I'm going to use these for the handles for a lot of my bags. So we'll pop those to one side for now. And I've picked up my crocodile so I can make holes to put the bags in as well. So we are talking all things A3. Not just shiny. I mean, I've got shiny out because I'm thinking Christmas. So I can see a lot of you are tuning in. We've got Mr. Pink Frog in. We've got Kimberly in. We've got Sharon. We've got Jacqueline. Got quite a few of you coming in. So lovely. Give me a wave. So I don't know about anybody else who has done all their Christmas shopping, because I haven't. And I haven't even started wrapping a present yet either. So this means I can now get a bit ahead of myself with the lovely bags that we're going to make. And I'm just thinking, let's start off with, I think we're going to start off with the notelet bag. And I'm just thinking I might make that out of, and I'm just thinking which one. I'll tell you what, let's go full bling Christmas. Let's use this because it's just fabulous. Let me put the others out of the way. So if you look at the link that Kimberly's put on, you'll see some white card there that says A3 on the craft along. If you click on that picture, it will take you to all the lovely colours and styles that Pink Frog do, because they don't just do bling. We do the true colours as well, as many of you know. Okay, so but I'm going to go in. I'm going in full bling. I'm getting in Christmas mode here. So yes, aren't you loving that? So yes, the nice thing about this is it's great quality, sturdy for what we're wanting to make. So as you know, we started doing these videos, so it helps people that are more visual learners. This is what this is all about. I'm just trying to think where I'm going to put my instructions. I've got my big scoreboard that is centimetres. I've got that all ready. Now, if I'm scoring with anything, say, shiny, or if I look at, say, let's bring this one up, our lovely non-shed glitter. This is non-shed. This is so smooth. It is unbelievable. So this is non-shed. Die cut's a dream. So if I'm using anything like these specialist cards, I always like to turn it over and score on the reverse, because I find, firstly, I can see what I'm doing because this is far too shiny, and also it means it doesn't slide about. So that's just a little top tip from me. Okay, so we're going to look at the we're calling it the notelet template. We're going to look at that one first. That's the notelet bag template, and I want to start with this one purely because I think it's really good for gift giving. This is going to be great for using for gifts for Christmas as well as any time of the year. So I'm just going to rewind for a moment to let Kimberly set, because I realise I haven't let her have a pause moment to set. So I'm just going to bring some of this up. So if anybody's joining me, grab your scoreboards, grab your glue, grab your tape, and you can start joining along with me. So let me just give a moment for Kimberly to get set, and we will make a start. So today with Pink Frog, we're looking at the lovely A3 card. This comes in an array of lovely colours and textures, from the Mirror H to the non-shed glitter, so no shedding in this at all, lovely and super smooth, to the specialist cards, lots of bling. We've even got as well the plain card. So there's all the true colours come in the A3 as well. But let's make some gift boxes and bags using this lovely card. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I've got my centimetre scoreboard. I've got my scoring tool. Where did I put my bone folder? I've got my bone folder. I have got my EVA glue, because that's lovely and quick grab. And I've also got my red line tape from Pink Frog. So let's make a start. So as I say, when I'm using anything like the specialist card, the glitter card, even though it's non-shed, I do like to score on the reverse because I find it easier. Okay, your tool won't slide about. So we're going to start off with the notelet bag template. So for this, we are going to do a score line, making sure it's right butt up at 1.5, let's move that out of the way, 1.5 centimetres all the way down to the bottom. And I'm just checking this, 6.5 centimetres all the way down to the bottom. Now, if you don't have a long scoreboard like I'm using here, and you've only got a short one, what you can do is score and then turn it around and score the other way. So I've done 1.5 and 6.5. I'm now going to do a half turn, butt this up close as well, and we'll do another one at 1.5 and 6.5. So now we're going to start scoring on the long side. Get my instructions around the correct way. So I'm going to turn this now to the long side. Now obviously this isn't going to fit on my scoreboard, so we can go as we go along. So we're starting in centimetres, so we're going to do 8 centimetres and 13 centimetres, 25 centimetres, 26.5 centimetres, and 30 centimetres, which I can just get in on my scoreboard. Okay, so I've got all those score lines done. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to burnish these. So even though this is the specialist card, you'll see that you have a nice finish because we scored on the reverse side. So you haven't got to worry about that at all. Okay. And then round the other way for these two. Okay. I've realised I shouldn't have done that one all the way down. But that will be fine. We will be able to go through that. So you're going to have something. If I turn it that way, it might be even harder to see. You're going to have something with all your score lines in. Now we're going to do some tape on this. Now I've made a little template for you, because this is what you should be able to see when you're looking at what we've just done. So it's easier to see on the mat. So let me just bring this back in and just run that through that with you again. So you've got your 1.5 score line, you've got your 6.5 score line, and then we turned and we did 1.5 score line and 6.5 score line. Okay, and then we did 8 centimetres on the long side, we did 13 centimetres on the long side, we did 25 centimetres on the long side. Now 26.5 centimetres, just do down to that second score line, and then you need to do the same at the bottom here. I came all the way down, but you just need to do either side. You're going to do 30 centimetres all the way down. So then when you look at this, you can see the black lines are my score lines. This squiggly pencil bit is the bit that we are going to cut away. Okay, so we're going to cut that away. So let me get my big scissors and just let me get it round the right side. So we've got all our score lines here. It's not very easy for you to see on the white, but I will share with you. I'm going to do one side, and then I have got one that's part prepared. So you're going all the way down to that second score line. And then at this second score line here, that's your first one, that's your second one, we're going to make a tab. So just cut across there. And you're going to make a tab there and a tab there. Okay, let me take that piece out of the way. So that is the first tab that you have here. Let me bring that across. Can you see you've got that first tab looking the same? So now we need to make a tab on this one just here. So we will do a tab there and a tab there, and then we're going to cut down to the second score line and cut this piece out the way. Let me turn that round so you can see how far I've got. So can you see, I'll bring that over there. Can you see we've cut this bottom piece off, and we've got the tab, you've got your other tab here, and we've cut all that top piece out the way. And you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So to move things along a little bit, this is then what it will look like. Okay, so I've cut one side and I've cut the other side. And then you're going to put your red line tape on. So if I turn this over, you're going to put red line tape on the decorative side of your note bag. So you're going to put it on that tab. You're going to put it on that tab there, and that tab just there. Okay, so you've got red line tape. You can use glue as well. You can go in quite easily with EVA glue on this cardstock as well. All right, so you can do that. So I've got that all cut out. The other thing I do need to cut is myself a little handle. So out of another piece of the lovely shiny card, I'm going to cut myself a handle that is 5 centimetres by 25. So we're going in here at 5 centimetres. That looks rather large. Anyway, by 25. Okay, so we've cut a handle. You're then going to bring your scoreboard up, and you're going to do a score line at each end. And again, I'm going to go on the reverse centimetre side, Dawn. You're going to go on the reverse, and you're going to do a score line at 1.5 centimetres and 1.5 centimetres. So you've got your little score lines done there. Okay, so we'll just fold those over, and we'll just create a couple of mitres on each end so we get a nice finish to our bag. Okay, so remove my little template out the way now. You've seen that. So now let's start sticking our bag together. So I'm going to turn this round this way. So these two pieces are going to stick onto here. So I'm just going to take the backing off here and the backing off this one. And that's it. And I'm going to get a nice, if you bring it round this way, you're going to get a nice straight edge. Okay, so you've got a nice straight edge on there. We'll do exactly the same on this side as well. Okay, and then I like to just go in and give that a little burnish down. If you're using wet glue, just be mindful you will have to give yourself a little bit longer. So now we'll take tape off these two pieces. Now this note bag is really nice to do if you're someone that likes to do handmade gifts to give, because you can fill it with lovely notelets and cards. It could go with toiletries if you're making to sell on charity stalls or anything like that. These are great filled with card blanks and envelopes as well. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to just bring that one in. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to lay that side up with that one. You see you've got that lovely finish, and do exactly the same on that one. So you've got that lovely boxed finish, and then I'm just going to go inside the bag with my bone folder on the desk and give that a nice finish. So can you see straight away you've got a lovely box? You could put a couple of magnets on there. You've got a nice box. But now let's make this into a bag with the handle. So by adding the handle, I'm going to go in with red line tape for quickness with this one. So we're going to bring it, just check which way round. We're going down that way round. So let's put some red line tape on there. I would recommend using either, let me get my red line tape scissors. I would recommend going in with a 9 or a 12mm for this, because you get then a nice good coverage. As I said, you can easily go in with your EVA as well. When we're doing red line, always give it a burnish to push the fibres of the red line tape into the fibres of the card. So the glue goes right into those fibres. So I've taken one side off, and this is going to go over the top of the lid. So just lining it up. Get that there. Fold that back on itself. So you've got that looking there. So can you see that's going to come round that way? So take off the back of this one as well. But these make great gift giving for Christmas, as well as any time of year, and even for your handicrafts as well. So that's our handle on. So that is your notelet bag, which is a good substantial size, with your little handle, and you can do a fastening with a magnet or even with a little Velcro dot. So that is your notelet bag. Okay, so now let's go in with, let's do a bottle bag next. While we've got that lovely shininess out, I'm going to use the same cardstock for this one, because I just love it. So I'm going to do a tall bottle bag now. Okay, so we've got our tall bottle bag. So scoreboard in, centimetre side. Okay. I keep putting my tool down because I want to put it back so I don't lose it. So we're working on the short side of the cardstock first. So butt it right up close. And we're going to do 11 centimetres all the way down to the bottom. Okay, you're going to do 16.5 centimetres, but you're going to come down about a third of the way. This is going to give you a little gusset. Okay, and then you're going to do 22 centimetres all the way down to the bottom. Okay, you're going to do a quarter turn, and on the long side you're going to score in again at 11 centimetres. So you need to do that on 2 pieces of this lovely A3 card. Okay, so 2 pieces of the card needs to have this done. Let's that stay up there, and then we're going to just give that a little burnish down. So you get a nice finish. These are so much nicer than shop bought bags because they're sturdier, because the cardstock is sturdier. For the bag like this, the bottle bag, you're going to use 2 sheets. So the lovely Kimberly will probably work out for me how much that would work out for a bottle bag. And we will put that in the comments below. Okay, so we've got our 2 bigger ends. This is the small end. I'm just taking this bottom piece out because we don't need that. So you're going to take that piece away. Now I would keep this because you could make a nice little gift tag to put on your bag with this. So don't throw that away. Keep that somewhere nice and safe. And then you need to put tape on the inside of these 2 bottom pieces. Now we do need to cut up, but I'm going to show you a top tip to save you time cutting twice. I'm going in with red line tape for quickness. Again, this one could be made with your EVA glue. So I would recommend 9 or 12 mil. I'm just using 9 because I've got this one out. And I'm just going to put, say, 3 or 4 just lines across. Okay. That's that one. And then that one. And then once my red line tape is down, always go in and burnish your red line tape because you'll push the glue from the red line tape into the fibres of your paper. This makes it a lot easier for you taking the backing off, and also it means you've started to get that adhesion going with your cardstock. So we put our tape across those 2 bottom pieces. Now with your scissors, you're going to cut up to that first score line. But by doing it as strips like that, it saves you cutting it and then cutting all the strips twice. So you've got that going on. The other thing you also now need to do is to turn over. And on this little tab on this side, just here, you need to run some tape on there as well. So it's then going to look just like that. So you need to do that on both. So I've got some strips of tape down there or glue. And then on the inside, you've got those 2 going on. So now let's join these 2 together to make our bottle bag. So just take off the red line tape. Have yourself a microfiber cloth next to you because it's great for patching the ends of the tape for these. Okay, so I've taken the tape off one end there, and then you're going to join the thicker end onto the smaller end. So I'm just going to turn this round this way because I work better that way round. So let's pop that onto there, and that's down, and give that a nice little burnish. Now with a gift bag like this, you don't even really need to decorate it up because you've got this gorgeous cardstock. You're going to now do the same again with this side. You've got 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to fold that one over to there. And that is the start of your bottle bag. So you're going to have that showing. Now, if you want to make these in advance, if you make and sell for a stall, or if you want to get a bit ahead for the festive season, at this stage, I wouldn't stick the bottom, because you can store these flat where you keep all your gift bags and you're ready to go at any time. One thing we will do before we join the bottom on is to do our holes for handles. Okay, so I've just, it's hard to show you there. Can you see I've got all those ends there? I've folded all that in so I can just cut my holes for handles. So I'm going in with my big crocodile, and then I can do a handle there. Try and get it level, and a handle there. If you haven't got a crocodile thing like this, you could quite easily use an office style stapler. Okay, so that's going to give me my handles. So now we're going to look at how we put this together. So your 4 squares at the bottom, one of them doesn't have any adhesive on it. The other 3 do. So the one that hasn't is going to go on the inside, because that's where your bottle is going to go inside there. I know you can't really see it. So then I'm going to start with the sides. So that's 2. I could also go on with glue as well, as this is a bottle bag, no problem at all. And then this one, let's get this nice and level. And then that one's going to go across there. And then I'm going to take the backing off this side. That one. So your base is going to have 4 layers of cardstock. Let's release that off. That's got stuck there where I didn't want it sticking. Let me just bring that up. That's it. There we go. So that's down. So that's 3 layers nicely down. So let's go in with our last layer. Oh, Kimberly's worked that out. So at the moment, this bag with this cardstock would work out at roughly £3 a bag, which you'd pay a lot more in a gift shop or card shop for that. So that is your bottle bag, all nice and ready to go. And then all you got to do is thread your ribbon round for the handles. So I'll tell you what, let's thread the ribbon round on this one, and then you'll get the idea of where we're going with the other. So I like to pinch it all together. I've just got some ribbon here, so let me poke that through. How you attach your ribbon is entirely up to you. You could do it the other way and do it as holding it together with you know, a decorative piece of card going over, because this would make a lovely decorative bottle for so many things. Okay, I'm going to make that a little bit longer. I'll just do a rough handle to give you the idea of how this is going to go. I'm going to tie this one in a knot a bit further up, because then I could add some charms or decoration to that if I wished. But that is going to give you your wine bottle bag or your champagne bottle bag. And don't forget that you have the piece you cut away, you could quite easily make a decorative gift tag from. So that's your wine bottle bag. So now let's look at the horizontal bag. So for this, I'm going to use some of the Pink Frog Lovely non-shed glitter. So this glitter card is non-shed. You know, it's got no feel to it at all. It's lovely and smooth. So we're going to do, let me get my correct measurements here ready. We're going to do the landscape bag. Is that the one I've got? Yes, we're going to do the landscape bag. So scoreboards up, centimetre scoreboard again. Get it down the right way, Dawn, centimetres. Now again, when I'm scoring cardstock like this, like glitter, like specialised, I like to score on the reverse. Okay, because I find that a lot easier. So we're going to score at 2 centimetres all the way down, and we're going to score at 10 centimetres all the way down, and then you're going to go at 6 centimetres, and you're going to go roughly about 2/3, a half, that sort of measurement. You're then going to turn it as a quarter turn, so now we're scoring on the short side, and you're going to score in at, I'm just checking I'm the right way around, yes, you're going to score in at 8 centimetres, and this is going to go all the way down to the bottom. So we've done our score lines. Now you need to do this on 2 sheets of your A3. So we're going to give this a burnish. So this is Pink Frog non-shed glitter, and as you can see, it burnishes an absolute dream. No cracking in there at all that you often get with other glitter cards. Okay. And then that little piece, I'm just going to do just a little hand score just like that. Okay. So we're going to cut away, there's my big scissors. I'm going to cut away just this little tab to the first score line. I'm going to cut that away. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to do, now I will do it on this one. The other thing you can do, no, I will do it. We'll do it this way. I'm going to do the cut first, but I'm going to share a top tip with you. So stay with me. So that is the first piece. So for this is going to be the inside bottom base of my bag, and this is the tab. So I need to put the tape on this side. So I'll tell you what, let's fold that back on itself so that's out the way for the minute. So I'm popping tape on this one. I will use red line tape with this as I'm using the low shed or non-shed glitter card. But you can go in with tape, but with glue, sorry, the EVA glue, because you know the EVA glue sticks to anything. So that is brilliant as well. But I'm going to go in with the tape for quickness. So I'm putting that on that little tab. And you know what I'm going to tell you, give that a little burnish down. So that goes into the fibres of the cardstock. So you're going to have one piece, you're going to score 2, but one piece you're going to put red line tape just on that piece there. And then you're going to turn it over and we're going to put red line tape on this piece here. So this is piece 1, because you need 2 to make a bag. So I'm going in with the 9mm, because that means I can get 2 nicely together there. Give those a good burnish down. You'll see the colour of your tape change as you do this as well. Okay, so to recap, this is piece 1. We've cut away this piece. We've put red line tape on the little flap. We've kept this with nothing on. And then on this side, you've got your red line tape on this one. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in piece 2. So piece 2, we've also cut away this piece, and you've got your tape on the end here. If I flip this over, this time you're going to run tape along the bottom of both of these, because this is your side flap and this is your final base piece. So piece 1 only has it on the little flap. Piece 2 has it on both flaps. So now we can start joining this together. So I'm going to turn this over, take the backing off our tape. But these gift boxes are great for any time of the year. This is the nice thing about them. And it's great that you can make them in advance. So I've got the tape off that side, and this is going to join up with the large piece on this side. So just line it up. I know it's a little bit harder to see with the lovely glitter, but it means this way round, you haven't even got to decorate your bag, because the beautiful cardstock, it does it all for you, so it makes it even quicker. Give that a good burnish. Sorry if I knocked the camera. I'm going to fold that out on itself. Okay, let's fold that one that way. So now we're going to join these two together, so you can see already that it fits. So with the pink frog measurements, you know everything is going to be perfect. So take the tape off. That's one. And the tape off this one. 2. So that little trick with the burnishing does help. And then if we lay this down, if you lay this all flat, that all lays flat together. Okay, so that's all that done. So at this stage again is when I would do your handles. So if you fold it in so you've got your flaps like that, this is the stage I would go in and put handles in, because you can sort of roughly measure it. So let's go roughly about there at 3 inches. That's one. And we'll do the same this end, so that's roughly about there. You'll obviously take the time to measure it all at home, but I've just come roughly 3 inches in from each end to give me my holes. So now let's join the bottom of the bag up. So we've got 4 pieces that have got the red line tape on. So the piece without the red line tape on is going to be the inside of your bag. This is what's going to give you that lovely professional finish. So that piece is going to go in first. Okay, and then I'm going to take off these side ends. There we go, that's those 3. So make sure it's all nice and squared up. It's stuck to my camera. All nicely squared up, and just fold that one across. And then we're going to do exactly the same with this end. So taking those backings off. You can use, I mean, Pink Frog have so many different colour combinations you could use with the A3 cards. So please do check out the website, because you will see all of them, from the plain card to the specialist card. So we've got the 2 side tab pieces on there. At this stage, I do like to just go in with my hand and just give those a push down before we go in with the final piece, or the final flap. That's 2, 3. So just line this all up square and then flap that over. That gives you a lovely professional finish. Don't know whether you can see that, to your bags. Again, I like to just go in and give that a good burnish down. So the inside of your box or your bag is all nice and smooth, and the outside has that lovely professional finish. You've got your handles there like your bottle bag, so you've got your handles you could add on. You could do some like macrame handles, you could use ribbon. The choice is yours really. Okay, so that is your landscape bag. So that's that one. So now let's look at a horizontal bag. So for this, I think I'm going to use that lovely, I don't know whether you'd call it champagne. I'm not sure what colour we'd call it. Let me see if I can find some. There we go. Let's have some non-shed glitter again. But I'm going to go in with this colour because it is just so gorgeous. It is. Now I'm thinking I'll be rose gold, Kimberly, or silver for this because it is fabulous. So centimetre scoreboard. I'm going to score on the reverse. So this time we are doing the done the bottle bag. We're doing the portrait bag. So we're doing the portrait bag. So short side along the top to start with. So we're going to go 2 centimetres all the way down to the bottom. We're going to do 10 centimetres all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to do 6 centimetres about 2/3 of the way down. I'm then going to do a quarter turn, and we are going to score at 8 centimetres. So we'll just give these a little burnish down. So just like the gold card I've just used, you can see no problems at all with this non-shed glitter card. And with making bags and these lovely specialist cards, you don't even have to decorate them. So we're going to cut this little tab piece off here. That's going to come away. So we've got that looking like that. And then you're going to have again 2 pieces. So you're going to do both pieces scored the same way. Okay, so I'm going to call this piece 1. So piece 1, you're just going to cut that little tab all the way up. And for this, we need to put some tape onto this side of it. So let's just go in with this one. I've got this. I could go in with 12. I could go in with 9. It doesn't really matter. So you're only on piece 1 going to put your tape to the little piece. So the one that I'm using here is the rose gold. I love this rose gold colour. It's just fabulous. Oh, so just on that first tab. Okay, so on the inside, you just want to have red line tape on that first tab. So give that a nice burnish. Okay, and then going to flip it over to that lovely rose gold colour. And now we're going to put tape on this little tab here on the end. So go as close as you can to that score line. And because this is non-shed glitter as well, you'll find your red line tape sticks to it beautifully. You don't have any problems at all. I know a lot of people are a bit funny about glitter, but this is so lovely to work with. So I would recommend giving it a try, definitely. So, you know, it's just nice that you don't get the pieces coming off if you've used it for die cutting the same thing. Nothing like that happens. It's just so easy. So I've used 9mm here, and I can get 2 rows of 9mm on that little score line that we did. Okay. So you'll know the Pink Frog red line tape comes in 12mm, 9mm, 6mm and 3mm. Okay, so you've got all those measurements. Do please burnish, because it makes life a lot difference. So to recap, piece 1, you're putting tape on this little tab only. You're going to turn it over and you're going to put tape on that narrow edge. Piece 1. Piece 2, scored exactly the same, but this time you're going to have red line tape on both the large tab and the small tab. And then if I flip this over, I now need to put some tape on this piece just here as well, because I haven't yet done that. So let's go in again. Oh, where are we? Find my end. The nice thing about the Pink Frog one as well is you've got 30 meters on each of these rolls, so it will last you a good length of time. So if you're thinking, oh, I need to get to gift giving and make stacks of bags, the red line tape goes a lot further than many other red line tape. So I can highly recommend it. And because it's got a plastic circle in the middle, I find with this red line tape, I go right to the end, whereas some that have a cardboard centre, I end up having to throw it away because it's all got disfigured and bashed about in my craft bag. So burnishing that down as well, and then we can start popping our bag together. So we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to join this piece to this piece. So let's get under that red line tape. Pull that one off. And then we're going to pull this one off. There we go. There we go. So you're going to join this one to this one. So just take your time. What you can do, another little top tip, is just fold that piece back and then you can see where you're coming to. Okay. Just get it all lined up first. The first one's the hardest. The second one goes on because you've already got the first one on. I'll show you what I mean. So again, let's give that a nice little burnish down. So we're going to join the other side up first. So if you fold this piece in, this piece, when flat, goes directly on it. Okay, so let me flat that back out the way while I just do this. So this is where you can make your bags in advance, which is always a good thing. It's always handy to have a stash of bags already made up. So that goes onto there, and again, let's give that a good burnish down. At this stage, I would do my handles. So let's do the holes for the handles. So let's just bring that all together. Let's go in with a big hole. So your handles you could do out of baker's twine. You could do out of ribbon. You could do out of like macrame wool. You know, there's several ways you could do them. The choice is entirely yours. So there's my handles, holes all ready to go. So let's do the base. So when you open this up, which is a little bit hard to show, you've got 3 pieces that have got your tape on and 1 piece that hasn't. So this is the inside of your bag. So this piece is going in first. Okay, and then I'm going to take the side pieces off next. That's it. So let's do one first. So get it nice and square, because everything is square, and then just flap that piece over. And then we'll do this one. Now we've done these with the A3, but you could cut these down to any size you want to fit your gift. That is the good thing about it. But you've got lovely, substantial gift bags at a fraction of the price you'd pay in a card shop. So I'll put the 2 little tabs in. So I'm just going to stand this, you can't see unfortunately, on my craft bag table, and I'm just going to press that all down, and then I'm going to go in with the last flap on here. And bring that one up as well. So you can see you've got a lovely professional finish to the bottom of your bag. So I'm just going to stand this up and put my arm very carefully inside. So this is going to give you your portrait bag. So you put your handles on the front again, exactly how we did with the bottle bag. So I've got the bottle bag here, so you can put your handles on there quite nicely. So we've done the bottle bag, the portrait bag, the landscape bag, the notelet bag. So now let's look at a box. A very quick and easy box. So all made from 1 sheet of your A3. And I'll tell you what, how about trying a bit of the Miri H? Now the Miri H from Pink Frog comes in lots of different colours, so please do check it out. And it is, you can literally see my reflection of my phone and the arm and my lights for filming in it. This is Miri H. This is so, it is like looking in a mirror, and this comes in lots of lovely colours. You can see my hand there. So it's just, yeah, fabulous. So let's use this. So we're going to make a pizza box, which is great because you make it out of 1 sheet and your lid is incorporated with your actual box base. The box base, box lid are together. So it's a brilliant gift box to make. So again, I'm going to go on the reverse. I'm scoring on the reverse so I don't slide about. Okay, and I'm just checking. Yes, we're going to go at 4 centimeters to start with on all 4 sides. So 4 centimeters right the way down. Oh, I haven't got it over far enough. That's very naughty. So I tell you what, I'm going to get another piece. Because I can, because I love it. Because I need it. So I'm going to get another piece of this. Now, what I didn't tell you is the Miri H in the red is 280 GSM. So it's a good weight. So do make sure when you're scoring, you're right butt up against the side. Don't do as I did. So 4 centimeters all the way down. And you're going to do 4 centimeters on all 4 sides. So 4 centimeters. Slide it over again. 4 centimeters. And over again. 4 centimeters. So you've got 4 centimeters on all 4 sides. And now we need to add an extra 2 centimeters or 2 score lines for the middle. And these are going to be at 19. Now this is on your long side. 19 centimeters. And 23 centimeters. Okay, so that is all your scoring done. And then, yes, we are going to burnish. Now, this is Miri H from Pink Frog. Look at that. You are going to have no cracking on any of your score lines. You can see where I've even scored it with the score tool. No cracking on that at all. So it is an absolute dream. So just remember to score on the reverse, because you have more control that way as well. So let's just add our scores. And you want to have your scores because we're making this into a box. This is going to be a pizza box. But it's a pizza gift box because it's not a pizza box shape. So just make sure you get nice score lines in there. Okay, so you've got that look going on, which you can probably see nicely. So you're 4 centimeters all the way around, and then on the long side 19 centimeters and 23 centimeters. So now we're going to do some cut lines. Okay, so I'm going to do a cut line here just up to that first score line, and I'm going to do a little wedge out. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on this end. And I'm going to do the same on this side. And the same on this side. So that's all your 4 corners with a tiny little wedge out. Okay, and then you're going to do the same here in the middle. So we're going to go straight up to that one. And we're going to go straight up that one. But I'm going to do a little wedge on that one. And the same round the other side, so straight up there with a little wedge, and then straight up to there. So now we can start sticking this together. Now I'm wondering, I could go in with my EVA glue, but it's going to take a little bit of time to dry. So I will just come in with the red line tape, which unfortunately, you're not going to really see on here, but you will get the idea of what I'm doing. So I'm on the outside would be, so all of these tabs are going to have tape on the outside. I could go in with my glue, but I don't want to hold you up with me using my little clips to keep it still. Okay. You will take a lot more time doing this. It's not a problem at all. And again, you could get these to this stage and store them. And then whenever you get caught out with a gift for anybody, you've got a box ready to go, which is always very handy. There's nothing worse than you're buying a present for somebody and you don't have the gift bag to put it in. But not anymore with the Pink Frog A3, definitely. So. And then that last one. Now, you may think, oh, it's got finger marks on it. If you just go over with a microfiber cloth, you can wipe them away. So no problem at all. And if this is a present that's wrapped under your Christmas tree, I bet it's one that gets opened very fast because someone's going to want to know what's inside there. So just give those a little burnish and we can put our pizza box together. My microfiber cloth is covered in red line tape, so I will show you at the end. So we're going to start on one side to start with. So I'm going to just take the red line tape off that. And get off. And off this side. There we go. You're going to bring these up and you're just going to get a nice square join. Can you see that? Probably a bit close, but it's hard for me to share. There we go. A nice square finish. So they're both in there. And then at this stage, I would just give them a little burnish. Okay, and then we'll do the next ones. So we're going to do the middle one. You could do the outside first and then the middle. The choice is yours, but I'm going with the middle. Bring that in there. So now you're going to bring these up. So these are going to go upright. So again, you're going to join that to there so you get that nice square finish. And again on that side. So just line that up to get that nice square finish. And then we're going to finish these two off. But I think the pizza box is done in this lovely cardstock. Just make them stand out. Oh, that backing isn't wanting to come off. It is and it isn't. There we go. We're off. So if you were doing red line, if you were doing glue, I would recommend using something like these little just quilting clips just to hold your cardstock while the glue dries. The EVA glue does dry quickly, but it just gives you like a little bit of belt and braces. So just lining that up. Can you see you get that lovely finish? And then we can pop our lid down. So you've got a lovely pizza box, beautifully finished off, made in no time at all, with one sheet of cardstock. And then you can put a lovely ribbon on that and you're all good to go. So let's just have a little recap of the boxes and bags you can make with your Pink Frog A3 cardstock. So you've got the lovely pizza box, which you've got your lid and your base all in one there. We have the portrait bag. I've got my handles yet to add. It's got that little gusseted side screen, so you could bring that in if you wish, but you've got that lovely portrait bag. We have the landscape bag. Running out of space, we have the landscape bag, just waiting for its handles to be attached. Okay, so you've got your landscape. We have our bottle bag that you've got here. Put the handles on here. So if you watch back to the beginning where I made the bottle bag, how I did the handles is exactly how I would do the handles on your landscape and portrait bags as well. So that's your bottle bag. And we also did the notelet bag that is great, not just for gift giving, but also you could put a nice stationery set in there of cards and envelopes. So these are the projects that you can make with your Pink Frog A3 cardstock. So let me turn the camera around so I can hold them up, hopefully, and share with you. Let me try and hold these up for you. Let's move that handle out of the way. I do hope you've enjoyed that. I'm still a little bit high. Let's bring that way. So we had the bottle bag, which I think, being the size, you could do a bottle of champagne as well as any bottle bag, wine bottle in that. So that's your nice bottle bag. Okay. We did the landscape, which is great for gift giving. And we also did the portrait. But you can see how it's all nicely finished inside because the way the bag is constructed. And then we had the notelet bag. I mean, making this out of different cardstock every time, you're going to get a different look. That's a nice thing. So great for like putting little bottles of toiletries in, but just as good as well on craft stalls any time of the year with cards that are made up and envelopes in there, all ready to go. And then the last thing was our fabulous pizza box that looks amazing. Just a fabulous ribbon on that, and that lovely Marie H. Look, everything is just so shiny. That is brilliant. And have yourself, little top tip from me, have yourself a microfiber cloth close by if you're using your red line tape, because it all sticks to it. So just a little top tip from me. So talking about red line tape, I did get mine out to bring up to share with you. I've got so many bits here. And let me get let's just bring these in. So your Pink Frog red line tape. I primarily use today the 12 and the 9mm. So your red line tape, it comes in your 12mm thickness, your 9mm thickness, okay, your 6mm thickness, and also your 3mm thickness. And you get 30 meters on each of these rolls. So for doing things like your bags and things, if you're using that lovely specialist cardstock, it's fabulous for that. And I like it because you've got a plastic ring in the middle, I always go to the end of a roll. I never have to throw any away. I always go right to the end of a roll. So it's great value. So just let me go through the offers of the month again with you. We have the butterfly die. That was £5. That's now down to £2.25 with your discount and your extra discount if you signed up for the newsletter. We've got our anti-clogging slimline glue bottles, which are amazing. If you've already got these, please tell everyone else about them. You've got your 0.5mm and your 0.8mm nozzle with the lovely pin in the lid, which means it goes inside there, so you have that as anti-clogging. We've got our 300 GSM super smooth cardstock, 300, and you're going to get a big box. It's like a big box it comes in. You get about 185 sheets in there. It was £46.25. It's down to £18, which is a brilliant price, but that's only until the end of this month. We've got the Dovecraft glitter that isn't like our non-shed. This is non-shed, which is smooth. You've got the Dovecraft glitter pack. Comes in like a pad, and that was £9.99, and that's down to £5.40. You get 4 colours in there as well. Don't forget to check out tomorrow and check your emails, because you have our 24-hour deal of the day on a Wednesday, and on a Friday Kimberly sends another email out with the weekend offers, so don't forget to check those out as well. I do hope you've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed it. I've got some gift bags made ready for Christmas. I've just got to buy some presents now. So we're all ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back with you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. No, Tuesday. Not Wednesday. I'm at the hairdresser's Wednesday. Tuesday, 1 p.m. Tuesday. So check out social media. I will be back with you then, and I'm doing 21 centimetre by 30 centimetre card blanks. So if you've got any of those card blanks, grab them, grab your scoreboard, grab your bone folder and your glue, join me, and let's make some cards. So I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me, and I will say bye-bye for now. Take care.